Good day, everyone. Try number 2, take 2 on this drive to my class again. As a stupid driver, so I started cussing, and it's like, oh, I gotta take this off. So yeah, you're not getting the initial start off there when I got on the freeway, and it was okay, but farther up here near the 54 was where the idiotic driver was. But anyways, what I said was the day 2 of my training. Got up earlier, so I get fluffier walk and get my medication. I had to do it yesterday myself, and I had to rush. And if you saw the video yesterday, there was lots of traffic here. We got traffic up ahead here, but I'm just hoping that it keeps flowing here like we were. Because I'll make it okay too. I'll probably make it 22, which gives me a chance to find good parking, not crammed in spaces like I was yesterday. I was crammed into different areas. I went one I couldn't do, so later I had to go to another one. And I found a car that was pulled in forward because these spots are so small. I found a car that was pulled in forward, so I was able to back in next to it because, you know, as long as our driver's side doors are open, we can get inside our cars. So I saw an end spot I might just try to take because no one could park on the end there. And it was like it's a little walkway, and I'm thinking, well, if I can get early enough for that one, maybe I'll take that one back in there, grab that spot. But then it's trying to get out. The thing is, it's small in that parking lot. You gotta almost like cut wide to get out so you don't hit the car next to you. You can't just pull down because there's the spot's almost right in front of you and everything. I think I may, if I showed that, I can't remember. I have to look at the video. Uploaded it, but I didn't look at it yet. That's why I got no memory on my phone. I'm running out. 24 minutes, well, or so I think it says, or 34. So I uploaded the video yesterday, so I can delete it out of my phone. I'll upload this one and then delete it. But yeah, what I was saying before, I had to start take 2 because of that stupid driver that I was cursing here, like damn driver, and saying worse. It was a good day yesterday. Everybody's talking and different people working where, and talked to one guy who was he was enlisted, then went officer. Well, he's working for the city now, and we got motorcycles coming up, trying to get over, so no car over here. It's me. And okay, so I was talking to the city. He was enlisted, he went officer. They were talking, he's like, well, what do you do? This, I told him what I did. We all introduced ourselves, and he said, well, what are you here to class for? So I told him, yeah, you know, get this information. I would get the 2 more classes, I get the certification. I said, you know, I wouldn't mind doing this. Actually, I could teach this. And they're talking about, instructors were talking about how they got to travel like 2 or 3 weeks of the month for teaching these classes. I'm like, well, I told the guy, it's no big deal if I got to travel. I said, as long as I'm not forking out money. And I would talk about the cert thing, how I got the cert thing, get cert scholarship and cover the conference. I only could get 2 days of the hotel there, so because the 3rd day means I would have had to put out $60 or so myself. That's probably counting the parking. I know what parking is, but might have been more with the parking each day. But what I'm going to do is when I go up there, so I'll have 2 days, you know, because that way it's still not costing me anything, because I was getting hounded because it might have cost a little bit. But I can put a room card for my parking. Say, oh yeah, just put on my room, and then that start cover it, which is good. It's up to $1,000, so guess what? Max $1,000, that's okay. The circumference was 420, the rooms was 4 something, so okay, so that means I put a parking on it. Let's see what the room amenities are. Not too much. I don't want to get too much and then find out it's over 1,000 and get charged. Heck, if they probably got like a little small little wine bottle, which is like $20, but I'm thinking like, well, you know, that'll still be inside my $1,000 that I got awarded for the scholarship, so who knows, but nah, I'm not gonna do that. That's just a fun thing to think about. Anyways, I talked to that guy, and he asked me there. I told him I have a Navy instructor. This as a machinist mates at Swarmic, which is SEMA, which is short intermediate maintenance activity, and the new one was Southwest Regional Maintenance Command, which is just a fancy word for saying you're on shore duty in the shops that are repairing the ships. So he's, oh, okay, I know what those are. I know. Okay, I said, okay, good. And that's what he's asking me about this. I said, I'd like to get a knowledge, because I like to teach this, and the traveling wouldn't be any problem here. And probably, well, my wife would probably be happy. You know, more I'm getting money for this, getting paid to teach. Hey, that's okay. Travel would be pain, because basically people say they're just traveling, then they got like 2-3 days here, and I got to go to the next area. I'm like, ooh, well, I was at the sea for many days at a time. So you know, I guess being away from home is not a big deal, especially if the kids grown now. I told him, I'd like to do this, but I got to find something that's gonna at least you know, pay, or actually probably more, because I got 3 years ago, and if I go to the end of 2029, I got 3 years and 5 months almost, and well, almost 4 months. And I said, but then if I go just the end of April of 29, because I started April of 09 here, I was like, well, I got like around 8 months. So basically, I said average of three years. I said, you know, after I retire, like, yeah, if it pays a little less, that's okay. It's still gonna cover what I'm making now. And so, you know, he gave me his card, saying, well, yeah, you know, finish your 3 years out. So I was like, hey, all right, hey, potential already. So I was like, oh, right on. Training there. I mean, it was for the city, and I don't gotta go anywhere, just around San Diego, and do either conferences or trainings, or, you know, meetings for this stuff. Hey, I wouldn't mind that stuff. You know, it's like people in this disaster planning and management are, you know, grouped up pretty good and look out for each other. So I got the tow truck. I don't know if he called this guy, or the tow truck just saw this and he honked at a guy, saying, getting his attention. So yeah, it looks like they all, you know, that's different people in there. There's some medical backgrounds. There's epidemiologists in that class. There's a few retired Navy in there. We got a guy from Cal OES, which is California Office of Emergency Services. So that he's from the state. He came down. I was like, wow, that's pretty good too. I got to talk with him. See, hey, you know, I can tell if they're putting me up somewhere, I don't care if I got to travel here, travel there. I'm not going to pay my own thing. It's like when I was with the AC company here, Johnson Controls. When after Katrina wiped out everything, they look for people to go do the AC installations and everything, and they asked me about that. I was like, it sounds okay, I guess. What's the details? They said, you know, you can be working here, you know, 12 plus hour days or whatever, you know, daylight, sun up to sundown, lots of overtime. I'm like, how long for? They said, it could be 8 to 9 months. No, that's not too bad. So where are you going to put me up at? I said, excuse me? I said, where are you going to put me up at? I said, what do you mean? Well, if you fly me out there, you got to put me up somewhere. I said, oh, no, you got to get your own place out there. I said, excuse me? Yeah, get your own place out there. We don't put you up. I said, oh, hell no, I can't do this. I said, yeah, but you get overtime. I said, people, think about it. I said, I'll be paying my one rent, and I have to pay a second rent. I said, no. I said, I lose money. He said, no way I'm going to do that stuff. Oh, it's good overtime. I was like, you know, sorry. If you put me up somewhere, I don't mind. Sun up, sun down, but they wouldn't do it. So I was like, well, sorry, I can't do this. And like some people, I tell people the story, they're like, yeah, these companies are real cheap and don't want to, they're stingy. I'm like, yeah, they are. Cheap and stingy. I said, that's normal around, you're gonna see. So I need to get over, because I got my 15 coming up in 2 miles. As soon as I get a gap there, I gotta go get over. So I see them slowing down, I'll get over. But so it's like I got a potential there. Well, yeah. So I'll email you. I'll tell you, hey, I'll email you, keep in touch with you, so you know how everything's going on and everything. And so I'm gonna tell that today. And so I talked to the Cal OES guy as well, also. Now traffic's backing up to my side. Darn it. Car goes by, I'm gonna get over. Hurry up, car. It's like, get over. This Tesla was taking so long because the truck was so far back there. My God, I could have walked over if he would have. The Tesla would have been slower. And I gotta get over again, which I should have got over. That truck beside me was way back there. I could have got over there. It wasn't a pickup, it was a regular 18-wheeler, so I could have easily got over there. Plenty of spacing. Oh, that's too close now, darn it. Too close together. Yeah, I was gonna go try to leave earlier and maybe grab something, you know, at Jack and Box for breakfast, but I already ate Jack and Box yesterday, because when I got back from class, I had to, you know, change. Get down there to border for my I get down there to the border for my physical therapy, and got back and it was late. As soon as people go by, I can go myself. That 18 wheel's coming up quick on my right. I'm not going to try to even get over. Oh, not 18 wheel. Okay, dump truck. Okay. I think after this traffic, it's a 94 here west. So I think after the cars go here, it'll let up a little bit. So I'm going to go to the 94, and I think I can probably get over then. And I'll just stay in the right lane for my travel to the 15. Hopefully all the cars are going to the 94 so I can do this. An opportunity? Nope. This Lexus came up quick. Trying to leave enough of a gap so I can speed and get over, but if I leave too much of a gap, someone's going to cut me off. Like right here, I can get over. There we go. Perfect. Thanks, truck. I'm not being butthead. And so, right, I can go talk a regular. So, yeah, I'm going to check up on that guy there. You know, tell him I'll keep in touch. I thanked him for his card, so I'll keep in touch. I'll talk to Cal OES guy. Also, tell him how I got trained, how Cal OES helped me get training. Because I was looking for a certain training there. And it's like, well, how do you do this, this, this? And the guy gave me the rundown. Well, you do this, this, this. I'm like, oh, cool, nice. It's like, nice. So I got the training, which is G606 SAMS, something emergency management, maybe situational emergency management system, something like that. So there's people who've got degrees in the emergency management, and they're doing pretty good setups here. So that's what I think I need to work on that. I want to get time to get my. I need time since I'm always working. I need time. I need time to get through the whole VA thing, so I can actually start getting my benefits, which has been next year will be 20 years since I retired from the Navy. And like I said, we're in the workforce, so it was like no chance of getting that. I had to go work. I had my plans to do it, but something as usual came up, so I was like, no, somebody else had other priorities, so I had to just go right into the workforce. So I'm not sure if this lane is an exit lane or not. I'm gonna go over and see. I don't remember. Oh no, it's a lane that ends. I don't know. So this is okay. This does exit, but this is the lane right here. I'm gonna stay here then. I saw the car coming. Like, fine, come in, guy, and I'll go behind you. It's all this right lane I need to be in. So much work getting done here. You don't know what's going on each day. Get over, guys. When you get over, you make me happy. Okay, one guy did a good job, make me happy. I'm gonna try to jump ahead of that truck. There's traffic stopping up there. That's why the truck went over right now. Honda was coming up there and he hit its brakes. Look at that. I'm still gonna get a 22 Cortez. Okay. All this traffic again. This is every day. I'm glad I don't got to do this every day. Going home, it's atrocious. I mean, yeah, let's say it's a pain in the behind. Sometimes it's really atrocious. But, come on, guys. Oh, wow. It's right in front of all right, way to go, people. You know this whole lane's going to end there, right? People. Both these lanes, here's the one that's turning on to 15. Should go over there this time, but there's too many people like a motorcycle. The motorcycle flies so fast. And like I said yesterday, I feel a little bit bad when motorcycle accidents. But other times I was like, what the heck? They fly up here. This traffic's congested. People got to get over. They fly up, split the lanes, and wonder why they get hit. It's like, people, you need to watch. You need to watch the cars doing this stuff. We also cut out like that. Nobody sees you. He knows when you're there. I'm on 15 now, so this would be the one. I mean, I had traffic there. I had to get over again, but I'll stay toward the right a little bit. So I have time here. I don't gotta go to the left and then try to find my way over. So I'll stay toward the right lanes here. But yeah, I mean, good networking there. I mean, one of my other guys says, "Oh, I remember you from class." It's gonna be 3 years, or 3 years and 4 months, 3 years, 4.5 months that since I've been in class. I think he was an engineer also, but he was a gas turbine. I was a machinist. He was an engineer, and he forgot out of that. They were in commission. So can I get over here? Sure can. Like the trucks when I get in, because they could have sped up. So when you take your trucks, you flash your hazards for a few seconds so they see that. That's your acknowledging the trucks. Hey, thanks for letting me in and not using your massive tonnage vehicle to block me. So truckers are actually okay. I'm sure there's some that aren't, but truckers are okay here. They got to haul around that big piece of equipment, and people cutting them off left and right. I see a lot of them hitting their brakes. They're squawking their horn. This happens, it's like, because you're just cutting in front of a truck here. Cutting in front of a truck. He can't stop on a dime. Like us, I mean, even with us with anti-lock brakes, we go a little bit forward. If we don't have anti-lock brakes, we're going to skid. But trucks, they don't stop on a dime. People come right in front of them and slam on their brakes. That's why you see a lot of when they brake check also. Like, getting a brake check a truck, there's no way he's going to stop. But thankfully they got their dash camera, so people try to go out, do that with a truck. It's like I got footage of you doing brake checking on me. So yeah, if I had to do this every day, I mean, when I was with Johnson Controls, I would have to go this way to get to the AC place to get my supplies, my belts and filters. So I'd have to do that. Well, it depends where I was early part of the day. If I was down southern area, they had a place in National City to get all the stuff from. But if I was going to be up here, then I'd go to the one over off of Kearny Mason off of Convoy, which was a RSD called Refrigeration Supplies Distributor. So but yeah, I had to drive this stuff here, but golly, you know, it was the work van. And so they let you take the work vans home because they could call you out any time to do a call. It was no big deal. I didn't like it, but hey, it didn't cost me gas. It wasn't like I had to drive all this waste gas coming here, get to work, and then just get it into the van then. Because with all the different air conditioning companies out here, if they required that, then you know, the ones looking for work here, they'd be like, oh no, okay, that's what it is. I gotta get my car to drive to here to get into my van. Okay, thanks anyways. It was like, oh no, you just take your van home. We'll call you whatever. Because of that fact, if you had to take your car to work every day and then come home, and they had overtime, you need to go overtime. You got to go to work, pick up the van. Probably you'd keep your keys. Pick up the van, and he's like, thanks. So you were gonna do it anyways, town and country. So I kept my brakes on. But you would have to pay the guys to come to work, get your stuff, you know, get a van, and go out. I mean, I don't think they'd have anybody at work to give you the key, so you still have your key. So it's like, well, do you want to pay that? And if anybody said, oh no, you don't get paid until you get to work, you don't get paid till you get to work, because that's not when you're on the clock going out there. People will be like, no. It would be either I was drinking already, so I can't go. If you want me to go, I'll go. But I've only had a few beers. And people were like, if they say, yeah, okay, be like, what the heck? You know, they'd be like, no, you can't do that. So they've done that on the base. The people got called for overtime on the weekend. They're like, I think I could do it. I've only had a few beers. I think I'll be okay. Yeah, you know, they may come in there like, oh, no, never mind. Just enjoy your weekend. And people just don't even get their phones when it rings. No blinkers, so no one's coming over. Okay. And so they got to make it perks so people will go to these companies here. Like if it's one of those, all the companies are full, and there's only one that was hiring, then yeah, I guess you could make your, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. But people would leave as soon as they could for another company. So they make it perks to keep their people here. They can't force you to. They try to force you to say, no, you need to be on call. It's like, oh, you better pay the people if they're gonna be on call. My friend John, who worked at Navy Public Works also, they had him back in like pager days and everything. They had him on, so you can't go anywhere. You're on call this weekend. So from 3 p.m. on Friday until 6:30 a.m. on Monday, he was, you know, he was a 5-day person. Back then they didn't have 4-day, 10 hours people. So he was 8 hours, 5 days for his 40 hours. So he had to be on call. You know, couldn't go anywhere, do anything. So of course he's upset there. he came in and saw one of the guys, Supervisor Pete. And like, hey, John, what's up? It's like, man, I was on call this weekend. I couldn't go anywhere. And I said, well, put in for your overtime. And he's like, what? And you get overtime for that. If you're on call, you can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere. You get paid for that. Well, Jeff Harris said, and he said, no, you tell Jeff Harris he's wrong. Tell him you talked with me. Tell him you talked with me, and I told you, according to the regulations and everything, if you couldn't go anywhere, because, you know, it's paid your days, he said, if you couldn't go anywhere because of you're on call, they got to pay you for all that time. So the guy was like, he told him that, and John told Jeff Harris that, and Jeff Harris was like, you know, get the F out of my office. And said, well, Pete said this. And I got a kid, I go to the union for this, and the guy's like, because I heard they stopped that. He said they stopped that real soon after that. All the other people that came in for those other weeks found that out. Said, oh yeah, you owe me this. So they had to pay all the people there Friday 3 p.m. until Monday 6 a.m. overtime hours. I'm sure they were trying to negotiate hours and everything to pay and all, but they don't want to deal with the whole union thing. So it was like, well, guess what? That thing stopped real quick. They say, oh, you know, you might be called this. It's like, you know, you can't force anybody to go. And so I'm gonna talk to instructors too. So I'm getting earlier now. I said, that wouldn't. I know you saying travel time. And I said, I wouldn't mind that. I was an instructor in the Navy. This is something I wouldn't mind doing whatsoever. Yeah, something like one guy lives out of Missouri, one lives out of Texas. I think the other class I had, one was out of New Mexico. And it's like, it's one of those, you pretty much, I guess, it probably would work for like retired people, because they say, you know, you're, you get paid this, you go out here for this, go out for that. And the thing about it is, I don't think they have to get paid for that when they're not doing it. But because if they work for Texas A&M, they're like, no way, I'm going to be moving out to Texas. I was like, unless they put me up somewhere at a cost. They put me up somewhere, so we're going to fly out here for training there. I'm like, okay, how long are you putting me up somewhere on your dime? So there's no way I can pay, you know, rent and a mortgage. So I do it all myself. So. Somewhere I can help, then yeah, I could do that stuff there. But if I was making enough, but yep, take this turn off here, go on View Ridge and then Ridge Haven. Instead of getting there by 22. Getting good traffic here. Let's see how much is to get over. This is the power package. You go all the way over. I got all these people here. Thanks, guys, for not speeding up and not letting me in. All right. People would move up. Get off your phone, guy. Closest, man, look at this guy. I can fit my car inside that gap there. Wow. That's how far back he was. And never did go out there to try that place. But, you know, glad I did it, because the way I got a Jack in the Box last night, I don't want to spend more money. So I have my lunches here. Anyways, I brought banana, I brought crackers. They said they got a food truck, but I tried a food truck one time. That torta wasn't that good. They put stuff on I told them not to put on it, so I wasn't happy. decent parking, not be crammed in. I saw the parking to the left, it's like pretty big. You can pull out easier and get inside, so let's go see how it looks. And today, let's go take a look-see. All those are full. Of course, I did that the first day, but those are all full. So let's see what I have over here. Ooh, already taken here. Well, we're back into one of these other spots here. Let's see if these end spots open for me. No, oh, it's all full. Wow. Nobody behind me, no. Wow, well, I'm gonna have to pull in that one because of I'm pulling this spot next to this truck because he's backed in as shit. As soon as she comes in, I'll go. I gotta straighten out, of course. These spots are still small over here. I thought it was bigger spots. They're also small. That can take me 4 or 5 times to park in here too. Yeah, I didn't realize it was small over here too. I just saw the people got here early enough to back in, but yeah, if I had to go, if I would have had help and didn't have to go spend all the time getting Fluffy her medicine, which she's fighting on again, as usual. Like a kid, they fight when they don't want to take the medicine. So hopefully, maybe lunchtime I'll try to move it somewhere better. Okay, I got left enough spots here. Hopefully no big truck comes in and blocks my door. But okay, I am here. I'm gonna network again. So hey, I like that potential city thing. So 3 years, that's okay. But I'm here now. Upload this, and I gotta get it out of my memory because I'm short on time. Oof, 3 minutes left before I lose this. Okay, have a good day, everyone.